If you've been taking turmeric for inflammation, joint pain, or overall healing, but you're still not feeling the results you hoped for, then you're about to discover something most people have never heard before. Everyone talks about adding black pepper to turmeric. You've heard that 1,000 times, right? But what if I told you there's something far more powerful, far more effective, and far more healing that can supercharge turmeric's absorption in the body without irritating your stomach, without causing reflux, and without creating digestive discomfort? Stay with me, because today I'm going to share exactly what you need to combine with turmeric so your body can unlock its full anti-inflammatory power and actually experience the benefits you've been waiting for. And no, this is not black pepper. In fact, for many people, black pepper may actually be making things worse. Let's talk about what really works. Turmeric has been praised for centuries as one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories ever discovered. Cultures around the world have used it for pain relief, heart health, digestion, memory, immunity, and long-term healing. But here's the secret: almost no one talks about turmeric on its own is actually very poorly absorbed. The active compound inside turmeric, the part that gives you all those healing benefits, curcumin, is incredibly difficult for your body to take in. It passes right through your system unless you combine it with the right partner ingredient. That's why many people take turmeric capsules or turmeric tea and don't feel much difference. It's not because turmeric doesn't work, it's because it isn't being absorbed. You've probably heard that black pepper increases the absorption of turmeric by up to 2,000%. And yes, that's true. But here's the part people never tell you: black pepper achieves this by irritating your gut lining. It forces your intestines to let more things pass into the bloodstream. Not just turmeric, but other compounds too. And if you already have acid reflux, gastritis, ulcers, IBS, or a sensitive stomach, black pepper can make things worse. That's why thousands of people take turmeric with black pepper and end up with stomach pain, heartburn, or digestive discomfort. So if not black pepper, then what? The real powerhouse ingredient that transforms turmeric from barely absorbed to highly effective is healthy fat, especially natural oils like extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, or even the healthy fats naturally found in nuts and seeds. Turmeric is fat soluble, which simply means it dissolves and activates properly only when paired with fat. When you combine turmeric with the right type of fat, it can glide through the digestive system, enter the bloodstream more easily, cross into tissues and cells, and deliver its anti-inflammatory power exactly where your body needs it. This one change can make a huge difference in how turmeric works inside your system. Think about it like this: curcumin is like a key, but it needs a special door to enter the body. Fat is that door. Without it, the key never reaches the lock. But when turmeric mixes with healthy fat, something amazing happens. It becomes highly bioavailable. It reaches deeper into tissues. It reduces inflammatory markers. It supports joint repair. It calms the immune system. It even helps the brain by crossing the blood-brain barrier more efficiently. So now you might be wondering, what's the best way to use turmeric with fat? The answer is simpler than you think. Even a small amount of healthy fat can magnify the effects of turmeric significantly. A teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, a small amount of coconut oil, a little avocado oil, or even the natural fat found in a meal like nuts, seeds, or eggs can transform turmeric into a powerful anti-inflammatory remedy. You don't need a lot. You just need the right combination. Let's imagine this. You wake up in the morning, your joints feel stiff, maybe your knees ache a little, your lower back feels tight. You want something natural to calm the inflammation. Instead of just swallowing a turmeric capsule, imagine taking a warm cup of turmeric tea or turmeric water and adding just a small amount of coconut oil or olive oil. Within minutes, the turmeric becomes far more active inside your body, traveling to the areas where inflammation is creating problems. People who try this simple combination often report they feel more relief, more mobility, and more comfort throughout the day. But let's go deeper, because turmeric isn't just about joint pain. Chronic inflammation affects the heart, the brain, the digestive system, the skin, the lungs, almost every part of the body. And chronic inflammation is at the root of so many conditions people suffer from as they get older: arthritis, high cholesterol, insulin resistance, brain fog, stiff muscles, slow recovery, and weakened immunity. That's why turmeric is considered one of the most powerful natural healing spices on the planet. But again, it only works well when the body can absorb it properly. That's where fat comes in. There's another ingredient that works beautifully with turmeric, and you might already have it in your kitchen: ginger. Ginger enhances turmeric's anti-inflammatory effects without irritating the stomach. When you combine turmeric, ginger, and a healthy fat, you create a natural healing blend that supports joint health, digestion, circulation, immunity, and even stress reduction. Some people like to mix turmeric, ginger, and coconut oil into warm water. Others add them to soups, smoothies, or herbal teas. You can even sprinkle turmeric on food that already contains healthy fats, like roasted vegetables with a drizzle of olive oil, or scrambled eggs cooked in avocado oil. The secret is simply allowing turmeric to activate in fat. Another powerful partner for turmeric is warm water. When turmeric dissolves in warm liquid, it becomes more active and easier for the body to use. That's why so many traditional cultures used turmeric in warm milk, warm herbal drinks, or warm soups. Heat helps turmeric release its medicinal compounds. And when you combine heat, healthy fat, and turmeric together, you get a triple boost effect. Now let's talk about why this is so important today. Modern lifestyles push the body toward inflammation. Stress raises inflammation. Lack of sleep raises inflammation. Processed foods raise inflammation. Sugar, fried foods, artificial ingredients, all of these put pressure on the immune system. Over time, the immune system becomes confused. It starts attacking your own tissues. That's when chronic inflammation begins. And chronic inflammation is silent. You don't always feel it right away. But it slowly affects circulation, metabolism, joints, memory, digestion, and your overall ability to heal. That's why people today are turning to natural solutions like turmeric. They want relief without side effects. They want healing that supports the whole body. But again, turmeric only works if your body can absorb it. That's why combining turmeric with fat is not just a tip, it's the missing piece. So imagine someone who has been dealing with knee pain for years. They've tried medications, ointments, heat pads, creams. They've taken turmeric capsules for months but didn't feel much change. Then one day, they start adding a teaspoon of coconut oil or olive oil to their turmeric drink. Suddenly, within a few weeks, their joints feel looser. Their morning stiffness reduces. They walk more comfortably. They feel lighter. They feel younger. That's the power of proper absorption. Let's take it even further. Turmeric also supports the liver. It helps detoxify the body. It helps the gallbladder release bile, which is essential for breaking down fat. And when your digestion improves, inflammation reduces even more. That means less bloating, better metabolism, more energy, and improved nutrient absorption. And all of this becomes even more effective when turmeric has a healthy fat to work with. Some people have asked whether they can mix turmeric with honey. Honey is beneficial on its own, but it does not improve turmeric absorption the way fat does. Honey is soothing, healing, antimicrobial, but it won't activate curcumin. Fat will. So you can still use honey if you enjoy it, but make sure to include at least a tiny amount of healthy oil. Another question people ask is whether turmeric capsules already contain fat. The truth is many supplements do not include fat. That's why taking turmeric capsules with a meal is extremely important. If you take turmeric on an empty stomach with water alone, most of it will pass right through you. But if you take it with a meal containing healthy fats like salmon, eggs, avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, or coconut oil, the absorption skyrockets. Let's talk about how this affects your brain. Curcumin is one of the few natural compounds that can cross the blood-brain barrier. That means it can reach the brain and reduce inflammation inside the nervous system. This supports memory, mood, emotional stability, and long-term brain health. Inflammation in the brain contributes to brain fog, difficulty concentrating, forgetfulness, and slow thinking. When turmeric is absorbed properly, it can calm this internal inflammation and help the mind feel clearer and sharper. But again, this only works when turmeric is activated with fat. Now let's talk about the heart. Chronic inflammation stiffens blood vessels and affects circulation. Curcumin helps relax blood vessels, reduce arterial inflammation, and support healthy cholesterol levels. This can lead to healthier blood flow, better oxygen delivery, and improved overall cardiovascular health. But all of these benefits depend on proper absorption. Many people ask how often they should take turmeric. The key is consistency. You don't need a huge amount. Even half a teaspoon daily can make a difference when combined with fat. But taking it consistently day after day allows the body to reduce inflammation gradually and naturally. Think of it like watering a plant. A small amount every day is far better than pouring a bucket once a month. Let's go into one more area where turmeric shines: gut health. Inflammation in the gut affects everything: digestion, energy, immunity, mood, and nutrient absorption. Turmeric helps calm inflammation in the intestinal lining. It supports good bacteria. It reduces gas, bloating, and digestive discomfort. When your gut feels better, your entire body works better. And since turmeric becomes even more gut-friendly when paired with fat, you're supporting your digestive system in the most natural way possible. You might also be wondering which type of turmeric is best. Fresh turmeric root is wonderful, but powdered turmeric is extremely effective too. You can use whichever is more convenient. Just remember, fat is the key. Without it, even the highest quality turmeric won't reach its full potential. Finally, if you want a simple daily routine that delivers real results, here's what many people do. They take warm water, add turmeric, add a pinch of ginger, add a little healthy fat like olive oil or coconut oil, and drink it in the morning or before bed. This combination soothes inflammation, aids digestion, supports immunity, and gently detoxifies the body. It's simple, natural, safe, and incredibly effective. When your body receives turmeric in the form it can truly use, everything changes. Your joints feel lighter. Your digestion feels calmer, your energy improves, your sleep becomes deeper, your mind becomes clearer. And inflammation, one of the biggest hidden enemies of your health, begins to fade. All because you activated turmeric the right way. So if you've been taking turmeric and not feeling much, remember this one message: turmeric is powerful, but only when it's absorbed. And the best natural way to supercharge its absorption is not black pepper, it's healthy fat. Even a small amount makes a huge difference. This one simple change can transform how turmeric works in your body and help you finally experience the healing power you've been trying to unlock. If this helped you, let me know in the comments how you take your turmeric and what results you're hoping for. And of course, stay consistent, stay patient, and stay committed to your health. Your body is always trying to heal, you just have to give it what it needs. And when we look deeper to long-term joint repair, cartilage protection, and overall mobility as we age, the connection between turmeric and healthy fats becomes even more powerful. Most people don't realize that inflammation is only one part of the problem when it comes to joint pain. The other part is a slow, gradual breakdown of cartilage, the cushioning material between your bones. Over time, that cartilage gets thinner, less flexible, and less capable of absorbing shock from walking, climbing stairs, bending, or even simple daily movements. And chronic inflammation accelerates this process even more, turning minor discomfort into persistent stiffness, reduced range of motion, and eventually severe joint degeneration. But when turmeric is absorbed properly with the help of healthy fats, it can support not just temporary comfort, but actual long-term joint nourishment. Cartilage doesn't have a strong blood supply. That's why it heals slowly. But curcumin, when fully absorbed, can penetrate tissues and reach the joint environment, calming inflammatory chemicals like TNF, alpha, and IL-6 that break down cartilage. When those inflammatory markers decrease, the body finally gets the chance to repair tissue instead of constantly fighting irritation. That's one of the beautiful things about turmeric. It doesn't just reduce pain, it helps protect the structure of the joint. And that protection becomes amplified when turmeric is supported by healthy fats because the body can carry curcumin deeper into the tissues where it's needed most. Imagine someone who wakes up every morning with stiff knees. They stand up and feel that cracking, grinding sensation. They try to walk, but it takes time before their joints loosen. That stiffness isn't just inflammation. It's cartilage crying for support. When turmeric is taken correctly, the swelling around the joint reduces, the tissues become more flexible, and the breakdown that has been happening for years starts to slow down. That's how long-term joint repair begins, quietly, gradually from the inside out. Another key part of this process is synovial fluid, the thick, slippery fluid inside your joints that acts like oil in a machine. When inflammation becomes chronic, synovial fluid becomes thicker, stickier, and less effective. Joints start to feel dry, grinding, and harder to move smoothly. Properly absorbed turmeric helps reduce joint inflammation, which allows synovial fluid to return to a healthier state. And here's where healthy fats become even more important. Fats nourish cell membranes, making them more flexible and more capable of retaining moisture. When your body gets the right fats, cartilage cells become better at maintaining hydration. That hydration keeps joints feeling smoother, softer, and more cushioned during movement. Now think about how the aging process naturally affects mobility. Muscle become tighter, tendons lose elasticity, ligaments become less flexible. These changes create strain around the joints, pulling them slightly out of alignment and adding pressure to worn down cartilage. Turmeric's anti-inflammatory power helps release that tension, allowing tissues to relax. But the fat-turmeric combination supports something deeper. It helps maintain the lubrication and shock absorption properties that joints desperately need as we get older. When cartilage stays hydrated and inflammation is kept low, the wear and tear of daily life becomes easier to manage. Let's consider someone in their 60s who already has mild arthritis. They notice they can no longer walk long distances comfortably. Kneeling hurts. Standing up after sitting feels stiff. These symptoms don't happen overnight. They build slowly year after year. And while many people try medications or painkillers, those often only mask the symptoms without supporting healing. Turmeric, when absorbed correctly, supports healing. It helps reduce cartilage loss. It helps calm the immune system's overreaction around the joints. It gives the body space to regenerate tissue and maintain joint structure. And because fats dramatically increase curcumin availability, this healing potential becomes even stronger. Think about the role of omega-3 fatty acids. These are one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory fats. When you pair turmeric with foods rich in omega-3s like walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, or even a high-quality olive oil, you create a combination that supports both inflammation control and tissue repair. The turmeric handles the inflammatory side, while the fats protect cell membranes, nourish joints, and help your body rebuild cartilage more effectively. This synergy is something many people overlook. They think of turmeric as a spice you just swallow, but its full healing power only unlocks when the body can deliver it deep into the joint tissues. Mobility is one of the most important indicators of aging. When mobility declines, everything in life becomes harder: walking, climbing stairs, exercising, even doing basic household tasks. But the root cause of mobility loss isn't just age, it's inflammation combined with structural breakdown. When curcumin reaches the joints, it helps protect bone surfaces from rubbing. It supports the cells that maintain cartilage. It reduces swelling that restricts movement. And the healthier the joint environment becomes, the easier it is for the body to stay active. Activity itself is crucial because movement pushes nutrients into the cartilage. Cartilage doesn't get nutrients the same way other tissues do. It absorbs them like a sponge during movement. That means if your joints hurt and you stop moving, the cartilage starts to weaken. But if turmeric and healthy fat reduce the pain just enough for you to move more comfortably, you're actually helping your joints repair from the inside. It's a cycle. Less inflammation leads to more movement. More movement leads to healthier joints. Healthier joints lead to more freedom in daily life. And when we talk about cartilage protection, there's something else to understand. Inflammation triggers enzymes that literally eat away at cartilage. These enzymes are active when inflammation is high. Curcumin has been shown to help block these enzymes, which means it protects cartilage from further damage. But again, this only works if curcumin gets absorbed. And that's why pairing turmeric with fat becomes essential. You're not just reducing pain, you're protecting the long-term health of your joints. Another factor in joint aging is oxidative stress. This happens when free radicals damage tissues, including cartilage, ligaments, and tendons. Curcumin is a powerful antioxidant, and when it's absorbed properly, it reduces oxidative stress in joint spaces. This protects the cells that produce and maintain cartilage. Healthy fats also protect cells from oxidative stress by strengthening cell membranes and improving nutrient transport. So when you take turmeric with the right fat, you're giving your joints double protection, antioxidant protection from curcumin and structural protection from the fat. Now let's talk about mobility from a different angle. Flexibility. As we get older, connective tissues become less elastic. This makes movements feel tight or restricted. Turmeric helps calm inflammation in these tissues so they can relax, stretch, and function more naturally. When tissues are less inflamed, they respond better to stretching, physical activity, and everyday movement. And the absorption boost from healthy fats ensures that curcumin reaches these tissues effectively. There's also circulation to consider. Good circulation delivers oxygen and nutrients to joints. Poor circulation slows healing. Healthy fats support blood vessel flexibility, which improves circulation. This improved blood flow can deliver curcumin deeper into joint tissues, where it helps reduce swelling and encourages repair. This is why people who take turmeric with fat often report not only reduced pain, but also improved mobility, smoother movements, and a feeling of lightness in the joints. And then there's the issue of chronic low-grade inflammation that builds silently over time. This silent inflammation is one of the biggest contributors to joint deterioration. It doesn't always cause severe pain at first. It starts as mild stiffness, occasional discomfort, small limitations in range of motion. But over years, silent inflammation can eat away at cartilage. Turmeric, when absorbed properly, helps suppress this low-grade inflammation, slowing down the long-term damage that leads to severe mobility issues later in life. You might have experienced this yourself. Some days the joints feel better, some days worse. That inconsistency often comes from fluctuating inflammation. When you consistently take turmeric absorbed with healthy fats, your inflammation levels stay more stable. This stability creates a long-term healing environment, helping joints strengthen instead of weaken. Let's paint a picture. Imagine someone in their 70s who has been struggling with knee arthritis. Walking is painful, sitting too long makes them stiff, and climbing stairs is almost impossible. They start taking turmeric every day with a teaspoon of olive oil or alongside a meal containing healthy fats. After a few weeks, they notice the morning stiffness is less intense. After a month, their knees feel more flexible. After 2 months, they can walk longer distances without needing to stop. Their mobility improves not because turmeric is a miracle cure, but because the body finally has the right tools to reduce inflammation and support cartilage preservation. And another overlooked factor is posture. When joints hurt, people change the way they move. They shift weight to one side, they avoid bending, they take shorter steps. Over time, this compensation leads to more stress on other joints. But when turmeric reduces inflammation and movement becomes easier, posture naturally improves. Better posture means more balanced joint pressure, and more balanced joint pressure means less damage over time. It's a chain reaction that starts with reducing inflammation properly. Inside every joint are tiny cells called chondrocytes. These are the cells that create and maintain cartilage. When inflammation is high, chondrocytes get overwhelmed and can't keep up with the repair process. When inflammation calms, chondrocytes get a chance to restore the cartilage structure. Curcumin supports these chondrocytes, helping them function more efficiently. And since fats enhance curcumin absorption, the fat-turmeric combination becomes one of the most powerful natural ways to support cartilage health. Now imagine what this means at a practical level. Walking becomes easier. Sitting and standing feel smoother. Kneeling is less painful. Stairs feel less intimidating. Daily activities become less exhausting. This kind of mobility improvement doesn't just strengthen the body, it strengthens confidence. It allows people to stay active, social, and independent for much longer. And when mobility stays high, aging becomes much more graceful and empowering. Many people assume joint problems are simply part of aging. But the truth is, inflammation plays a far bigger role than age alone. And turmeric, when absorbed correctly with fat, is one of the most effective tools the body can use to fight this inflammation and protect the joints. It's not a magic pill. It's a consistent, gentle, natural support system that helps the body do what it was designed to do: heal, repair, and stay mobile. And the beauty of this turmeric fat synergy is that it's simple. You're not doing anything complicated. You're not taking harsh medications. You're just combining two natural ingredients in a way that activates the body's natural healing mechanisms. Over time, this small daily habit can transform how your joints feel, how you move, and how you live each day.